fun. You're going to be able to stand out on these country intersections and see people using this beautiful new trail. I'm Chuck Offenberger. I'm on the board of the Raccoon River Valley Trail Association. I'm just here to be the MC here this morning. But on our Trail Association website, I'm sure many of you have been on there, it says at the top of the, right top of the homepage, it says, becoming one of America's best recreational trails. And we really believe that. 25 years ago, I'm not sure we would have ever dreamed it. When the first remnants of the Raccoon River Valley Trail opened, I guess it was 1989 was when it actually opened from Adel to Yale, and it's been in a growth pattern ever since then. And it now truly is, we're on the verge of becoming one of America's best recreational trails with the longest paved loop in the nation. And this is a huge piece of that, this 5.5 miles. If my math is correct, which is always suspect, I think the completion of this section of trail brings us to a total of 69.5 miles right now. And the best news is, it's a year from right now, it'll all be done and it'll be 89 miles. It'll be one of the longest trails in the country. I've always said it's important as a recreational resource, that's for sure, and we all appreciate it for that. We're all out here all the time, using it and enjoying it all the way. But it's even more important to all our communities and to our counties out here, what this can do in terms of tourism and economic development. It's going to change everything. And especially in the smaller towns as you get on north and west, it's really going to have a huge impact. One of the secret weapons we've had in developing this trail and promoting this trail is that we have such a wonderful three county conservation boards that have done such a tremendous jobs of working with the cities along the trail to bring everybody along as we become trail communities. And the secret weapon part of that is that our county conservation board directors, Dan Towers in Greene County, Joe Hanner in Guthrie County, and Mike Wallace in Dallas County, have all been here since the get-go on this trail project. Mike Wallace started off in Guthrie Center, or in Guthrie County, and then had a term up in Blackhawk County, and then came back to Dallas County. And so Mike has really been a prime mover in all of this. We went through, all of us on the board, went through over the last 4 or 5 years, went through the process of applying to the Vision Iowa program for major funding for this North Loop, as we called it, on this trail. But the real bulldog in all of this, the person that did most of the work and most of the negotiating and the planning and everything that's gone into it, is Mike Wallace. And this would not have happened without him. So I want to invite him to come up here this morning, and to start off with, we just want to say thank you, and we appreciate all your efforts. It's been a lot of work, but it's worth it, man. Mike Wallace.
Well, that's a tough act to follow, I'll tell you that. Thank you, Chuck. Let me introduce a couple people that are here today. We have at least, I think, one Board of Supervisor, Mark Hansen. I saw him around earlier. Raise your hand. Over here. I've got, the Board of Supervisors have been very supportive of this very large, lengthy project. I've got two, I believe, Dallas County Conservation Board members, Jim Miller and Glenn Vondra. They're over here. We also have, as Chuck mentioned, Raccoon River Valley Trail Association members and board members. And if you're here, I want you to raise up your hand if you're a board member. We've got several of those here. And then I think I've also got some Dallas County Conservation Foundation members here. And I think a couple of those are here, so I want you to raise your hand on that too. Because all of those entities and organizations and boards have to work together on this to make this a success. As Chuck mentioned, you know, we're looking to make this the longest loop trail in the nation. And, you know, it didn't take very long for you to come from Waukee or from Dallas Center to here, but it's taken a long time to get to this point in our paving venture. And so we're really excited about the fact that this segment is completed now. Earlier this year, we opened up the section from Perry to Dawson. We did some work in the city of Minburn and got that taken care of. So we're clicking this thing off one piece of the puzzle at a time. About a week ago or so, the Dallas County Conservation Board approved a contract with the next paving company that'll do the Perry to Minburn section, and they will be starting yet this fall, and completion on that is supposed to be in June. And that leaves us 2 segments yet to be done. The section from Dallas Center to Minburn, and then the final segment is Dawson to Herndon, and that will create the 72-mile loop. And we're anticipating that those 2 segments will also be completed in 2012. So as Chuck mentioned, hopefully this time next year we'll be standing somewhere doing a grand opening, or celebrating anyway, the completion of 72 brand new miles of the Raccoon River Valley Trail. So we're excited about that. With that, I guess, appreciate you coming this morning. It's nice to have good support. Hey, it's not snowing today, so that's great. So I'll turn it back over to Chuck then. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. One of the ways we'll celebrate a year from now, this will be really unusual for a trail project like this. When we get this baby all done, we're all going to go to Jamaica. Iowa. That's just one of our towns. There's depending on how you count them, there's 14 or 15 towns that will all become, in fact, sister cities as we complete this loop and bring them all on board as trail communities. And it's great working with all of them. One of the things that's real unusual about this trail is that now we tie into the state's largest city, capital city of Des Moines, and then you come out and you go through the west suburban towns, and then you go on out and you get into some real farming communities, real tiny little places. And so you go from the largest city in Iowa to some of the richest ag region, one of the richest ag regions in the world. And so there's just that great variety in communities. But we've got 2 great communities represented here today that are, Waukee is and has been for years a great trail town, and Dallas Center is now going to become one. So I'm going to bring up in order here the 2 mayors of the towns, and I want to start off with, from Waukee, Mayor Bill Peard. Bill?
Well, I appreciate everybody coming out here today. I'm an optimistic person, so I wore shorts this morning, and now I'm regretting it. But, thanks all of you for coming here. Erna, no editorial comments. Thank you for coming here this morning to officially open the Raccoon River Valley Trail segment connecting Waukee and Dallas Center. This 5.5-mile stretch of trail linking our 2 cities was truly a collaborative effort, and has been so successful, and would not have been so successful without the hard work and the support of the many people and these organizations. I'd like to begin by first and foremost thanking the Iowa Department of Natural Resources and the Dallas County Conservation Board. The Conservation Board has worked long and hard for these many years to foster the trail system in Dallas County. With multiple grants awarded by the state of Iowa and the DNR, as well as an incredible donor generosity, the North Loop of the Dallas County River Valley Trail, which includes the Dallas Center to Waukee segment, is nearing the completion. Mike Wallace and his staff should be commended for their successful fundraising for this trail segment. I would also like to acknowledge the elected officials and staff of both the cities of Dallas Center and Waukee for understanding the importance of this project. Mayor? Not only as a recreational trail between our 2 communities, but as an alternative transportation route that can reduce traffic and encourage healthier habits. I can't think of a better way to emphasize the significance of this trail segment than by how so many arrived here today by utilizing the trail, walking, running, or riding to the ribbon. This trail segment is just the latest portion of the trail that over the course of time has added many new segments and links to existing trails, such as the Clive Greenbelt Trail. In recent years, the focus has been the North Loop of the trail, running from Waukee to Herndon. The completion of the trail segment connecting the Waukee and Dallas County Dallas Center adds another important link in the chain of the North Loop and in the promotion of all the communities along the trail. Waukee is also doing our part to encourage trail use and to further enhance recreational trail systems, including the beginning of the improvement to the Raccoon River Valley trailhead at the intersection of Hickman Road and 10th Street. These improvements will include restroom facilities, bike racks, seating and landscaping, all of which will enhance the Raccoon River Valley trail system by creating a comfortable spot for users to stop and rest as they make their way along our trail. I'm very proud to be here today to help cut the ribbon of this beautiful, vital trail connection, not just for Waukee and Dallas Center, but for all the communities through which the Raccoon River Valley Trail passes, and for all the many users who will reap the health and recreational benefits of this premier trail. So thanks to everyone for coming out here, and thanks for everyone for the support of this great trail system. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Peard. The Mayor of Dallas Center, Mitch Hamilton, who's coming up next, has gotten to know this trail very well in the preceding weeks here. As he's been telling me, he's been in a group that's been using it. He'll probably tell you a little bit about that. But look, I just want to say that Dallas Center is located a perfect link from Waukee to become just an ideal trail town. And I think you can already begin to see it on the main street of Dallas Center when I go through town. It just looks like a place that's going to become a great favorite of bicyclists and other trail users as time goes on. So from Dallas Center, Mayor Mitch Hamilton.
Thank you, Chuck. We are very excited to have the trail come through Dallas Center. The City Council's been very active in doing planning, both in sprucing up our main street businesses. If you, after you're done today, any time between like now and I think November 15th, after you're done today, make sure you go up and check out our businesses on Main Street in Dallas Center. They're having some gift certificate drawings, some very, very charming, wonderful places to stop, so please check out Dallas Center. Chuck had mentioned all of the efforts that Mike Wallace has put into this project. You know, I know that certainly in the past 2 or 3 months, I have bugged the heck out of him, saying, okay, Mike, when are we going to get the rocks off the trail? You know, is it open yet? How are they doing? And I know that he's received many other calls along that same line. And that's on the heels of all of the work that he did to coordinate between all of the counties to put together the funding for the REAP grants and the Vision Iowa grants, the hearing in front of Vision Iowa, and make everything happen. So once again, please join me in a heartfelt appreciation for Mike Wallace. Also wanted to take this opportunity to thank our Dallas Center City Council, particularly council members and folks who are running for council on November 8th. Please raise your hands. Particularly, I wanted to give thanks to Dan Wilrick. I know Dan was, I guess, the REAP grant writer for Dallas Center, so greatly appreciate those efforts. City of Waukee, you know, Waukee, we've got the cities of Dallas Center and Waukee, we've got a very good, very close working relationship with them. Appreciate Mayor Peard and all of the resources and the help and quite frankly just the cooperation and ear that he's lent to me and the city of Dallas Center over the years. But particularly today, I wanted to give a special thanks to Matt Jermeyer, the Parks and Recreation guy over at Waukee, for pulling all this stuff together. So thank you, Matt. And finally, thank you to Chuck and Carla Offenberger for coming out and lending some elevation to this wonderful event. And thank you, Chuck and Carla. And as Chuck said, we are very excited to be a trail community, and we look forward to seeing you all on our main street. Thank you.
My wife Carla, who's the president of the Trail Association, just reminded me that over here on the table, and I'll leave them up here too, we have these wonderful refrigerator magnets which we invested in this summer, and we had a few left over. And these are keepsakes now because they say, this was for the use of the promotion this summer. It says 64 miles of paved trail in central Iowa. So these will become antiques in a hurry. So come up and be sure you get those. But they do have the trails website and the communities on there, so it's a good place to just throw it up on your refrigerator so you know where to find us when you need us. I'm going to call back up Mike Wallace for just a second, and then we'll be moving ahead with the ribbon cutting. Mike?
When you start thanking people, you're always victim to leave someone out. And a couple other people that are here today that I need to want to acknowledge. Rich Volker over here on my right. Rich is with Schneider and Associates. This firm has been with us from day one on building the North Loop as far as the designing and engineering. So we appreciate his work and his partners in his firm in this endeavor. Thanks, Rich. The other thing is, I'm getting a lot of thanks as well for putting this together, but really I do the front work. Once we get this thing done, then I dump it all on my staff. And one person in general who's been with us from day one and even before is our trail manager, and that's Mike Beeler over here on the right. Mike's the guy that, as you use our trails, whether it's the new trail or the existing trail from Waukee to all the way to Jefferson, at least in the Dallas County portion of it, Mike is the one that takes care of it. The trail is Mike's park. We've got different park managers that are assigned to specific areas. Mike's is the longest, and probably close, if you figured up acres-wise, it's probably pretty large too. So I'd really like to have you give a special round of applause for Mike Beeler, our trail manager.
I want to remind you, when you look out ahead now in the coming weeks and months, as we'll finish up the bicycling season, our friends the snowmobilers will be out here, and they've become real active on the trail, and they've become good partners, and they'll be out here a lot in the wintertime. They bring a lot of business into the communities as time goes on. And then in February, and I can't remember, Carly, do you remember it's the 18th or the 19th, or any other board members remember this? I can't remember the exact date, but about that time in February, we'll have the annual Raccoon River Valley Trail Association banquet, which is just a great time. It's like a reunion. We'll have a wonderful speaker. I can't tell you who that is right now, but we have one in mind. And it's a great time to come out and support the trail and get back in touch with everybody that's here. We're going to move on now to the ribbon cutting and some pictures here, and it's going to include a whole group picture, so don't peel out yet because we want everybody in here in what will be a historic picture, actually. And let me call up McKinley Gibson from the City of Waukee staff, who's going to kind of take charge here. McKinley?
Hello, thanks for coming out, and we'll try and get this done quickly as it's a little bit chilly out here. But for our first picture, we would like Chuck's wife, I forgot, Carla, and then Mike Wallace, Mark Hansen, Mayor Peard, Mayor Hamilton, any city council members that are here, county supervisors, conservation board members, Dallas County Foundation, if you can just come forward.
Oh, yeah.